Hello friends, I'm Cameron Dole, 20-year radio host, podcast host, and animal lover, and welcome you to chime in and say hello. Let me know where you're watching from, and we're going to do a daily wrap-up. We'll have birthdays, random facts, and interesting topics. If you like what you see and hear, please consider hitting like, subscribe, share with your friends, or even help us improve the quality of this production by giving stars. We're going to start off with looking at some of my personal friends' birthdays for today. Happy birthday, country singer Kevin McCoy, also Jacob Roper, Christy Duffy, Becky Goss, Monty Brown from KSWO Channel 7. He is celebrating a birthday today. Also Jack Denton, Tommy Brooks, Eddie Bo Dobson, Kathy Page, and Stacy Leach, all celebrating birthdays. And if you have a birthday that you'd like added for future dates, just drop me a message and I'll get those added to our calendar. Now, if you've been looking for something to celebrate, well, today is National Nut Day. It's Hoshana Rabbah. It's International Caps Lock Day. Internationally Stuttering Awareness Day. Boy, I did that smooth, didn't I? National Color Day. National Make a Dog's Day. It's also Scar Appreciation Day and Smart is Cool Day as well. Celebrity birthdays for today. Roddy Ricch is 26. 21 Savage, 32. Actor Jonathan Lipnicki, 34. You remember him. He played Little Ray Boyd on Jerry Maguire. Actor Corey Hawkins. He played Dr. Dre in Straight Outta Compton and Eric Carter in 24 Legacy. Zach Hanson from the group Hanson is 39. Of course, their biggest hit, Mbop. Actor Michael Fishman, Roseanne's son DJ on The Connors. He's 43. Actor Jesse Tyler Ferguson, who played Mitchell on Modern Family, is 49. Singer-songwriter Shelby Lynn is 56. She won a Grammy for Best New Artist back in 2000. Shaggy, 56. Also comedian Carlos Mencia, 57. Olympic figure skater Brian Boitano is 61. Also actor Bob Odenkirk is 62. He played Saul on Breaking Bad and the spinoff Better Call Saul. He wrote for Saturday Night Live for almost a decade, and he also did Mr. Show with David Cross. You remember that one? And let's see, who else? Actor Jeff Goldblum, 72. Most youngers, going to remember him as Brad Bellflower in those Apartments.com commercials. But us olders will remember him Jurassic Park series, among many others in his filmography. And finally, actor Christopher Lloyd is 86. Doc Brown, Back to the Future. Jim Ignatowski on Taxi. Uncle Fester in the Addams Family movies. And the Klingon bastard who killed Kirk's son in Star Trek III. The Search for Spock. Well, moving along, Bernard Barrick. He's credited with saying that every man has a right to his opinion, but no man has a right to be wrong in his facts. With that in mind, we're going to help you with your knowledge base. 5 random facts at a time. Here's your 5 random facts for your Tuesday. Random fact number 1. There's a news maxim that's called Betteridge's Law of Headlines that basically states any headline that ends in a question mark can be answered no. And with clickbait these days, I guess it could be any headline that ends in a question mark can be answered by the most boring possibility. Random fact number 2. The president gets free rent at the White House, but pays for basically everything else. That includes groceries, housekeeping, parties, vacations, and toiletries. Random fact number 3. John Steinbeck was late turning in his manuscript for Of Mice and Men because his dog ate his early draft. Random fact number 4. Ancient Romans loved their orgies so much that orgy planner became an actual job. And if they did a great job on the planning, they might be invited to participate. And random fact number 5. The United States changed the spelling of Puerto Rico to Porto Rico. That's P-O-R-T-O, when it was annexed back in 1898. The name wasn't officially changed back until 1931. And that's another look at 5 random facts for your Tuesday. As moving along, we'll take a look at some odd legal news. Well, Daniel Rocha, he walked into a car dealership in Prosper, Texas to test drive a truck, only to find himself in legal trouble within minutes. Rocha was pulled over by police shortly after beginning his test drive. The officer informed him that the reason for the stop was the absence of a license plate on the back of the vehicle. When he stopped me, he asked for my driver's license and said, "The reason why I stopped you is because you don't have a license plate in the back," he explained. Rocha received a citation for operating a vehicle without license plate, and he claims the officer suggested that this was an ongoing issue with the dealership. He said this has been ongoing with these dealers. "We've been getting on these guys for doing that." He said, "In order for us to make the dealerships abide, we're going to start citing the customers." The Prosper Police Department confirmed the violation, stating, "Failure to properly display dealer tags on test-driven vehicles is a violation of Texas law and could pose safety risks, potentially resulting in enforcement action by law enforcement." Under state law, vehicle operators are held responsible for any citations if this law is ignored. The dealership involved is Longo Toyota of Prosper. A general manager confirmed the event and told that this was the first time it had occurred at this dealership. "Safety is a top priority at Longo Toyota of Prosper, and we are dedicated to providing a secure environment for everyone. Our community is very important to us, and we have been active supporters since we opened nearly 8 years ago. We recently became aware of an issue during a test drive, which we are actively working to address and resolve. Driver safety is a core value for us, and we proudly sponsor a driver education program in our local area. Our team is dedicated to the well-being of our guests and the community we serve," read the statement from Longo. Now, it's unclear how many incidents have occurred where drivers of test-driven vehicles have been cited in the area, but according to Rocha, the officer implied there is a history of this happening along University Drive or U.S. Highway 380. According to Rocha, the dealership offered to reimburse him for the ticket, though he claims they earlier adjusted the vehicle estimate to account for the cost of the ticket. The dealership's general manager denies this occurred. Rocha did not purchase the vehicle. Now, for Rocha, the incident adds to an already heavy emotional burden. Rocha's need for a new vehicle stems from a personal tragedy. His son Daniel Jr. died in a car accident August 30th at the age of 44. "It does upset me that I'm in the middle of this feud that's going on," he shared. For now, Rocha faces the citation and a court date, all while grieving the loss of his son. Next up, we'll lighten it up and talk a little bit about the age-old question of who pays on a date. Because men used to pay for dates because it was just how the world worked. Then going Dutch became more of a trend because, well, equality. But is this the real reason that guys should still pay? A woman in New York is going viral for saying that she refuses to split the bill because she's already spent way more money prepping for the date. She lists things like getting her nails done and maybe buying a new outfit. Meanwhile, the guy is probably showing up in whatever he wore to work. She also talks about how much time she spends getting ready, and time is money. So the question, please reply. Is it fair for men to pay for dinner just because of that? Or is it irrelevant, and does splitting still make more sense? And finally, we're going to wrap things up with something for you sports fans. And I know that you're supposed to keep a careful eye on your retirement savings to ensure that you'll be able to retire when you want to. But if you're a Browns fan, it's also important to keep an eye on how hapless your team is. According to a new survey, 51% of American sports fans are more likely to know their favorite team's record than how much they have saved for retirement. Also, 64% of Americans believe they started thinking about retirement later than they should have. Nearly 40% feel that they're behind and catching up with their goals. And 13% say that they haven't even started yet. And even though the season is now 7 weeks in, the same goes for the Browns. Again, my name is Cameron Dole. Thanks for tuning in. Subscribe, like, share with your friends, and if you liked what you saw and heard, please drop a star. Talk to you soon.